Hey everyone, Ethan here from Extreme RC 4x4, and as you can see from the time lapse, I just went through and greased the whole Blizzard basically. I started kind of by tearing everything down and getting to this transmission here, and this is the only place you got to be really cautious with the grease, because you want to grease the shafts that the gears ride on here, but you don't want to grease the actual teeth of this transmission like you would for a normally sealed transmission that you'd find in like a crawler or trail truck. And why you don't want to do that is because since it's all on this mounting plate, I've heard that if you grease these gears, all the gears just want to push apart from each other. So without having that grease on there, everything seems to be working fine. And I did grease the shafts on there, and it smoothed everything out a good bit. I also greased the end here where the sprocket comes out. There's a bearing in the end, and the screw that the main sprocket rides on with this chain drive sprocket. And then all these wheels are on some shoulder screws, so I just greased the shoulders of those with a thin amount of grease, or a thin layer of it, and the wheels seem to be spinning a whole lot easier. You don't want to tighten those down, you want to leave them loose so that you can kind of feel them rock a little bit. Otherwise that'll create a lot of friction or even just lock the wheels up. So that's working really nicely. I also put some slack in my tracks and slack in the drive chains like I showed on my proper chain tension and track tension video that I made during this week here. But other than that, not a lot has changed. I did adjust the tension rods on these suspension arms on the Kyosho. There's some tension rods on the bottom. I adjusted those so that they're the same because when I first got this and I didn't exactly know how to adjust track tension, I ended up adjusting one of these rods, but I didn't do the other, so I took them off and adjusted them to be the same length, and now everything's the same on each side, which is good. Other than that, we have some aluminum heat sinks on here that we machined on our X-Carve last week. Other than that, this is my makeshift radio box cover. I still have to make a cover for this. Not a challenging thing, but I kind of just been putting it off, and it seems to be working just fine. Once I put the body on, there doesn't really get a whole lot of snow in here, and it works good, so I can just peel this off and get at my electronics. So once I get this thing more finished up, I'll probably build a radio box for it. Another thing I'm considering doing in the future is installing a BEC, because my high-tech servo in here that's a bit larger than the factory one, it draws a lot of power away from the ESC when it gets under load. So like when this plow gets to one of its endpoints, it'll kind of shut down both these motors. They'll just stop because it's drawing so much power. So by installing a BEC, I'm hoping that the receiver will be able to send power to this servo here and the ESC separately, and that should stop that issue. But the tiller's working good. I think my AA batteries might be going a little dead because it's kind of locking up occasionally here, but kind of to be expected with that little motor in the back. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.